rather obvious what the story is. Don't bury the lead, my man. Don't bury the lead. All right, we're not going to bury the lead. We will not bury the lead. But the top story here from baseball. We'll go to the pet store, Petco Park, Gaslamp District, San Diego, where it's filled with tacos and homeless people and baseball. And with all that bad blood bubbling up to the surface, the Dodgers traveling circus visiting the minor league town of San Diego for a matchup with the Padres. Pivotal Game 3 of the NLDS, and it was on Fox. Well, kind of, FS1. Did you watch? Perhaps not. Fernando Tatis Jr., the steroid cheat, hit a towering 2-run homer, and the Padres put up a 6-spot, half a baker's dozen there in the second inning. The San Diego baseball team holding on to beat L.A. 6-5, the final on a Tuesday night. So it's a best-of-5 series, and it's 2-1. Unfortunately for many of you, that was not an elimination game, although based on the feedback I'm getting, you're not that smart. You thought it was a best-of-3 series, which would have ended it. That's not the case. Padres, though, Padres move within one victory. Padres are one victory away from eliminating the Dodgers in the National League Divisional Series for the second time in 3 seasons. Game 4, right back at it on Wednesday night in the Gas Lamp District there in San Diego. So let us discuss the question. How do you explain what happened to Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers in this latest game? Better story is in the losing locker room. So I've got eBay, Fettuccine, and Kennel. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a diagnosis for the Dodgers. So, we'll start with this. It's always something new with these guys. It's always something new with these guys. The Dodgers allowed runs in 1 inning. They shut the Padre offense out in every other inning. But that 1 inning was a humdinger. It was a doozy. The Fish Taco Squad put up not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, as mentioned, a 6-spot in that inning. And outside of that, it was bupkis, absolute bupkis the rest of the way. Fernando Tatis eating up a meatball. Now, I wasn't there, but sources not close to the situation tell me that meatball was covered with his favorite spice, ringworm medication, his favorite snack. He loves that. Now, Walker Buehler was robbed of his watch at iconic Santa Anita, the racetrack, a few days ago, and then he was betrayed by the Dodger defense. And my advice to Walker Buehler, not that he'll likely ever pitch again for the Dodgers. He's a free agent, and the guy sucks right now. Why do we bring him back? Don't bring him back. He won't come back unless he comes back on a 1-year contract. But Walker Buehler should go on eBay and find a bunch of those old VHS copies of Tom Amansky's Defensive Fundamentals tape series. You had Freddie Freeman, who clipped Manny Machado in the shoulder as the goon ran a circular route or route on the grass. If Freeman could do it over, I would think he would try to hit Machado right in the head. He didn't. Miguel Rojas thought he was a doppelganger of Omar Vizquel or Ozzie Smith, or insert your favorite defensive shortstop in your time in baseball. Spoiler alert! Yeah, he's not. Now, Teoscar Hernandez, who we like, he got the Dodgers back in the game, that limp Dodger offense. But then after that, it's a grand slam, and the Dodgers do nothing. Padres retired 16 consecutive Dodger hitters following Teo's grand salami. If that sounds like a lot, we are told that is the most consecutive batters retired in a game immediately after giving up a grand slam in baseball history. And while Shohei Ohtani was the talk of the town, he got off to that good start in the postseason, the big bopper. The last couple of games, Ohtani's had 8 at-bats. He's 1 for 8 the last 2 games. Now, that's the full Dodger experience is what that is. Now, Mookie Betts actually did something Doesn't happen very often in the playoffs. Mookie normally flails aimlessly at pitches, but it was pretty funny. He hits a home run, and he assumed it was caught because everything else he hits is caught, but he actually was running off the field, then realized, wait a minute, it's a home run. That's like a Little League move by Mookie Betts, who's got a $360 million contract. Now, page 2 here. What's the temperature for the boys in blue at this point? Down 2-1 to the Padres. Better story in the losing locker room. So when you take out the Dodger-themed thermometer, which is overpriced because it's got the Dodger logo on it, they have a moderate grade fever at 102.2 on the thermometer here, which is, as you know, an infection. And I love this. If anything could sum up Dodger playoff baseball, it is what Dave Roberts announced after the game. Dave Roberts initially said the Dodgers would start TBD in the next game, TBD, on Wednesday night. That's to be determined. Then it was revealed shortly after that, bullpen game, which is code for we don't have anybody who's any good, so we're going to throw fettuccine Alfredo noodles against the wall and see if any of it sticks. From Koufax and Hershiser to a bullpen spam game in an elimination game. That's the modern Dodgers right there. That's the Dodgers of today. It's embarrassing. And they're not even embarrassed over there because they've got their little nerd ball, their little formula. It works during the regular season. But this is an embarrassment, what has happened the last couple of years. Dodgers starters, they had this stat. I jotted it down. It was on the TV broadcast. Dodgers starters have averaged over the last couple of postseasons 3.1 innings per start. And the Dodgers starting rotation, going back to 2022, has an earned run average of over 9. The league is hitting 331 against the guys that start for the Dodgers. The last Dodger pitcher to go 6+ innings was Max Scherzer in 2021 in the National League Divisional Series. And right after that, he yelled at Dave Roberts, "You hurt me! I have a dead arm! You didn't use me the right way!" And he cried and moaned his way out of L.A., and he's been a debacle ever since then. But that was the last time a Dodgers starter went 6 or more innings in the playoffs. 2021. And they are near the top every year in player payroll, and they all get hurt. Every one of them gets hurt. It makes me want to puke in my mouth to think the same thing's going to happen going forward. Nothing's going to change because they're making money hand over fist. They got the Dodger fans by the balls, right? And more importantly, by the wallet. So as long as you keep buying all the tickets and support the team and all that, they got you. And they'll raise the ticket prices and all that, and the ballpark will be full, and they'll sell more Ohtani jerseys in Japan, and nothing will change. They'll say it's going to change, but nothing's going to change. It's the same old, same old, same old. Here is Dave Roberts. We'll hear from Dave Roberts here. You'll hear the question and the answer about the bullpen for the Dodgers. Take a listen.
Do you feel okay about the state of your bullpen and just the variety of arms that you'll have available?
I do. I mean, this situation isn't ideal, but I do feel that us being able to stay away from our leverage arms tonight gives those guys 3 days off, or they've had 3 days off to then go into Game 4 and kind of can push them a little bit more. So I feel good in that respect, and I feel good with the length and the quality that we have for a potential Game 5. So yeah, not a great situation, but as far as kind of winning a ball game tomorrow, I think we're in a really good spot.
It says the same thing every year. I could go to the archive. We have a vault, of audio vault here at Fox Sports Radio. I could pull a soundbite from last year or the year before, or go back further if you want. And we're in a really good spot, or I liked him in that spot. That's Dave Roberts. Any advice to Dave Roberts to motivate the Dodgers, who often seem lifeless in these playoff games? So, Roberts, I will help him out. He needs to bring in
I liked him in that spot. I really did. Yeah,
that's the classic Dave Roberts. But he needs to bring in, that's the one that we used to play every night. It was just nonstop. We should bring that back. But Roberts needs to bring in a bus and have a little parade And at this point, the way the Dodgers play in October, he needs to bring in that bus and the parade should have a rabbi, a priest, a miracle healer, a medical medium, a shaman, and I don't know, throw some witches in and some black magic and some voodoo. I don't care. The Dodgers went to the kennel, and they picked the wrong breed of canines. They need a bulldog, right? They needed something to attack, and they have a roster of well-paid show poodles is what they have, right? They play very well. They look good, all that stuff during the regular season. But what's the line they used to use? They don't have that dog, right? I need dogs. I need dogs. I need dogs is what I don't need cats. I need dogs. No meow, all that, right? And they say in these postseason losses, they're supposed to hurt a little bit more. And they'll say that. They'll lose one of these next couple of games and all that. And they'll say, it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. But it's just they're not mentally tough. They have not been able to step up and perform in important situations, which is really all these playoff games are about. It's a test. It's a battle to see who can perform in those situations. Now, Mookie Betts, we think by Sunday he'll be bowling somewhere in Nashville, maybe with the Hawk Tua girl. Freddie Freeman will be on a boat. Probably seems like a boat guy to me. Ohtani will be on a red-eye flight back to Tokyo. And Dave Roberts will say, well, we're going to change some things next year. He'll be back. Of course he'll be back unless he chooses not to come back. And if he doesn't come back, they'll just hire a sock puppet, a Dave Roberts sock puppet. But unfortunately, there appears to be a design flaw. I hope I'm wrong. All right, I hope I'm wrong, but they continue to be built for the marathon and not the sprint. You make a lot of money. And the most maddening thing is the most difficult championship in my lifetime in baseball was the 2020 season. Global pandemic, world shut down, baseball, totally different sport in 2020, just a 60-game season. Anyone that knows baseball will tell you it's the hardest championship ever. And the Dodgers won. All right, they won in 2020, so they were able to handle the ultimate marathon, but ever since then, it's been quick exits, and that's it. And there's still time. They can change this all around, but I see no evidence that anything's going to make a big difference here for the Dodgers, the way they're playing. I don't think the Padres are that good. It's just a minor league town. It's got a steroid cheat as the face of the franchise. It's an embarrassment for baseball watching the Padres.